Before I get into the materials, I turn my sky dome because actually I want to have this nice background here. And then the first thing you have to do is right click on your object, be sure that it is selected in the object mode, and assign a new material. Okay, and then you should find the Arnold tab here with shaders, and we do a standard shader, and this is RE standard surface. Okay, and now we can do some more details. Go to the tab RE standard surface 1, and now you can actually do some basic stuff and add, for example, any color you like, but actually we want to step right into more nice materials, and you find a lot of presets. So Maya has prepared different presets you can use. For example, I just use Chrome and say replace. That means that your actual material is replaced 100% with this material Chrome. And let's see what happens when I do this. I activate my Arnold render view again. So where it is, I lost it here somewhere. And press play. You see the Chrome material, it's reflecting quite hard. You can also try to see what other presets do. Just have a little bit of fun with that. And we will also try also glass, where it is. Here, glass replace, and see what happens. You see, it's not too bad. So actually you can try frosted glass. It really gives you really nice renderings without doing any really complicated stuff. Rendering in Maya was really hard in years ago, and now it's quite easy today. See what gold does. Water. Okay, so have a little bit of fun and try different materials and see how the it looks like. And actually I wanted to show you which attributes will influence your materials in which way. So I have the preset now jade, it's a kind of stone, and for example when I decrease the weight, you see it's getting darker. Of course I can change the color. Then when you see here the diffuse roughness, what this does also gives you more a more darker shade. The metalness is a quite nice thing, so it gives your material glossiness. Then the specular specular, it means you see when I decrease the specular, these are the highlights actually, and you can also tell Maya that the highlights are not so glossy, so you can create a much more matte look. Okay, this is a quite nice thing. Then you can also say that your highlight gets, for example, another color if you want this. Okay, it doesn't look good, but you have the when you just do a little bit of not too hard, it could look quite nice. Then the roughness is a very important attribute. You see, when I do this, the figure gets really matte, okay, or really high glossy. Okay, this is a very important material attribute. Then IOR is called index of refraction, and when you just, does it work when I go with the mouse? Oh wait, okay. Here on this little symbol next to it, you find a different index of refractions. That means how the light is breaking through your material, and there are different. I will show you when I do the glass stuff, because now you can't see through it, but be aware that there are different kinds of light breaking attributes. This one you don't see quite a lot of effect here, because it's, for example, for shading hair. And the transmission and subsurface, I think I switched to the glass, that we can see it better. So glass, replace. And I just turn around my scene a little bit, so maybe you see it a little bit better. For example, when I change my index of refraction, I just take it to 1. That means you see nothing, your geometry. Okay, now, because your light is going right through and not breaking anywhere. And you see that your glass is reacting and deforming the figures behind a little bit different when you change your index of refraction. For example, diamonds or water, it looks different. Okay? When I want my glass to have a color, then go to transmission and change the color here. Yeah, then you get a very nice which color you want. You get your glass colored. Okay. So if you don't want to be that hard, you see, you get very nice results of. But be aware that you take the right color, okay? Because actually glass don't have a base color. You see it here. You can't change it, and also the specular color won't change anything. So be sure that your glass color is here in the transmission. So all the other attributes, I just leave them for today, because this is higher level material stuff. So the basic things you have to know is, for example, when I put some gold here, that the things you will mostly use is the metalness. Okay, of course you can also change the color here, and the roughness and the specular highlight. Okay, you can change with these 3 things, you can change your appearance of the material in a very straight way. Okay, and also with the transmission color if you do some transparent things. I'm going on with playing around a little bit with my materials, and just for the first time, I can assign, for example, existing materials. So when you want to create a new material, use this one, and every material you used is automatically here in this list assign existing materials. So when I want my all of my figures to have this color, I use this, or I just, for example, when I want to change my attributes, go to material attributes, and then you get into the tab with my materials. And actually, when I, for example, change to another preset like Greg, okay, now I have the white figures. And let's see what the rendering does. Whoa, very white. So I'm not sure if I have to decrease my light intensity a little bit, or maybe I take the frosted glass. This is not too bad. I leave it because I will change it later on anyway, because now I want to do the chess board. So just paused my rendering. And now I assign here a new material on the chessboard. Assign new material. Go again to Arnold shader and standard surface. I choose preset of rubber or plastic. I use rubber because this is quite matte from the beginning on. And I will change the base color because I don't want to be black. I want my chess texture. So go to the chess, it's also a chess symbol, and activate file. And then I'm still going into my source images folder. And you have the choice. Take any chessboard you like. I take this one, open it, and see what happens. Okay, so my chessboard is somewhere, and it does look how it should look like. So now for the first time, we will step into the topic of texture mapping. There's another tutorial on my channel, but now for the basic stuff, I just show you a quick version. And actually, we use the so go to UV automatic mapping, and that's what it does. And parallel, we will open the UV editor and see what happens. Okay. Maybe we will use another mapping technique, because the automatic mapping is mapping from 6 sides actually, and that's not a very nice result for the first. Of course, we can use this and be happy with that, but actually I go to the top view, yeah, and then I leave this open that you can see the effect. Go to UV camera based, and this camera based mapping is using the actual view that I'm in. And now you see, I go back to my perspective. Yeah, perfect. So what this does actually is, I think it's good when you have a look at my texturing basics tutorial on the channel, but I just tell you that here are created some UV shells, and when you see here in the UV editor, I can select a shell and also move it, and I can decide where or if it's bigger or smaller. Actually, this is a representation. My 3D object is split up actually in a 2D mode, and now I can edit. Actually, you see here the effect that happens. when I move around this projection. But I leave it as it was because this looks quite fancy. Now I see that I have to also move my chess figures a little bit because they aren't perfect on my board, and I do a quick rendering. See what happens. I think my light is still too bright because the white is actually too much. Yeah, I change it. So go to my sky dome, decrease my intensity. And actually, I'm going to the material attributes and I will take Jade again as a preset, and then I will also change here. I don't want to have it green. I want to have it this marble look. So go to file again and go to my black or white. I take the white. No, this one. This is the texture isn't not very high. It looks a little bit nice, but you can choose whatever you want. And let's have a look at the rendering. I switch on my live renderer again. Press play. Maybe Jade wasn't the perfect choice for the base, because there are a lot of settings which use the green. So I will change my... I will take ceramic again. And actually I don't want it to be that specular. Let's see what happens. Rendering takes a little while. Rendering always takes quite a long time. And I don't see very much of my marble structure here. And what we will use, because every texture needs a texture mapping before, otherwise it will never look good on your geometry. And here, for example, I will use the cylindrical mapping. Actually, you don't have to do anything because you see it here on the preview that now I see a little bit of marble structure, and I'm waiting for the rendering how it does look like. And I have to do this for every figure, otherwise I won't see the result. When I have a look at the UV texture editor, you see that my 3D is actually wrapped out, like you have a banana and you cut it on one side and it's flipped out. Okay, that's how. Yeah, we won't see it quite good because I have to increase my rendering quality. And I'm searching for the YouTube tutorial in the meanwhile. when you want to step inside the UV and UV mapping and texturing techniques,
Hi guys, and welcome.
Then have a look at this tutorial. I really recommend this before, because there I explain a lot of stuff, how this UV mapping, you see it here, how does it work. Okay, so it's easier for you to understand what Maya is doing and what is the technique behind this. Okay, so have a look at this tutorial, and if you want to try it out, I give you the of course the basic scene to try it, but have a look at the first steps so that you can easily understand it. Okay, let's go back to my rendering. I see the model structure a little bit, but actually I have to increase my my rendering quality, and also I have to tune my steps, my material attributes. I will do this, and in this time you will always also try on your project to find a nice structure.